hallelujah. Come on, get happy. Ready for the judgment day.
Hey everyone! Today we're going to break down what's real and what's in Arthur Fleck's mind throughout the movie because, trust me, this one is a real mind-bender. Major spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, you might want to pause here, go watch it, and then come back for all the details. But if you're still here, then let's get started. First up, let's start with what we know for sure is real. The film opens with Arthur Fleck's trial, a direct consequence of the shocking events in the first Joker movie, where Arthur murders talk show host Murray Franklin live on air. This moment has a profound impact on Gotham, and Arthur's trial sets the tone for the sequel.
The trial of the century.
They believe Arthur Fleck to be some kind of martyr.
The courtroom scenes are grounded in gritty realism, showing us the tangible aftermath of Arthur's violent acts. Gotham is still in decline, and Arthur facing judgment for his actions is a stark reminder of the city's deep-seated issues. Another aspect that seems rooted in reality is the character of Lee Quinzel, who eventually becomes Harley Quinn.
For once in my life, I didn't feel so alone anymore.
Unlike Arthur's imaginary relationship with his neighbor in the first film, Lee appears to be a real person within the world of Joker 2. She interacts with other characters, including confronting Arthur's attorney and even stealing a television. Since these scenes occur outside of Arthur's immediate presence, it strongly suggests that Lee is a real figure in Gotham's crumbling society. However, while Lee exists in the real world, not everything about her relationship with Arthur can be trusted, as the film plays with their dynamic in ways that blur the line between reality and delusion. Interestingly, some of the more realistic moments occur during the musical sequences involving Arthur and Lee. While these sequences are highly stylized and theatrical, they maintain a gritty tone that contrasts with Arthur's more extreme fantasies. In particular, their interactions during private conversations and confrontations are stripped of the glamour and artifice of Arthur's hallucinations, grounding them in a darker, more tangible reality.
They're all going crazy for you.
It's these moments that anchor the story in something real, even though we can never be fully certain of what's authentic. Where the movie truly shines is in exploring the darker corners of Arthur's delusions. Just like the first Joker, Joker 2 plays with the audience's expectations, presenting Arthur's internal fantasies as if they were part of the real world before pulling the rug out from under us. One of the standout examples of this is the elaborate song and dance numbers featuring Arthur and Lee. These scenes are completely over the top, full of bright lights, extravagant costumes, and old Hollywood glamour, all of which starkly contrast with the grim reality of Arthur's life in Gotham. The exaggerated nature of these musical numbers is a clear indication that they are happening solely in Arthur's mind, offering him a temporary escape from his bleak existence. A particularly telling scene that showcases Arthur's delusional state occurs during a dramatic court sequence where the Joker murders Harvey Dent and the judge. The sheer spectacle of the scene, filled with heightened emotions and an almost theatrical quality, makes it clear that we're witnessing one of Arthur's vivid fantasies. Throughout the film, there are constant references to Arthur's deteriorating mental health, with characters discussing his blackouts and visions of bright lights. These are classic signs of his growing disconnect from reality, and the way the film transitions from these moments into more dreamlike sequences underscores that what we're seeing is often a product of Arthur's imagination. Another significant moment that seems to occur solely in Arthur's mind is his performance inside Arkham after watching Harvey Dent call for his execution on television. The scene starts off grounded, but as it progresses, Arthur's chaotic dance and the surreal ending suggest that this is another manifestation of his unraveling mental state rather than a real event. While the film makes it clear when we're seeing Arthur's fantasies, there are plenty of moments where things aren't so black and white. Todd Phillips, the director, deliberately leaves much of the film open to interpretation, inviting the audience to decide for themselves what's real and what's not. One of the most ambiguous scenes in Joker 2 is an intimate encounter between Arthur and Lee in Arkham's solitary confinement. Lee claims that the guards allowed her to visit Arthur in his cell, which seems highly unlikely given the prison's tight security. This raises the question of whether this moment actually happened or if it's just another one of Arthur's delusions. This ambiguity is what makes the film so compelling. Throughout Joker 2, we're forced to confront the idea that Arthur is an unreliable narrator, and that much of what we're seeing may be filtered through his distorted perceptions. His longing for connection and his deep desire for love are central themes of the film, and his interactions with Lee often seem to reflect that desire. But the film keeps us guessing, are these moments of intimacy real, or are they just Arthur's fantasies playing out on the screen? The film's refusal to provide clear answers only adds to the complexity of Arthur's character. We're invited to experience his world through his fractured mind, where reality and delusion are constantly shifting. This creates a fascinating dynamic where the truth becomes subjective, forcing the audience to grapple with Arthur's warped worldview. Joker 2 is a masterclass in blending reality with delusion, keeping the audience on their toes as we try to piece together what's truly happening in Arthur Fleck's world. The film blurs the lines between what's real and what's imagined, reflecting the chaos and instability that define Arthur's existence. And there you have it, a deep dive into what's real and what's in Arthur's mind in Joker Folie à Deux. What do you think? Was Lee Quinzel real, or just another figment of Arthur's imagination? What moments do you think were part of his delusions? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.